My name is Charlotte Evans and I'm the Harris Federation Literacy Lead, as well as working at Harris Academy, Peckham as an assistant principal. Each month, I am the very lucky person that receives all of the usage data for each of our secondary academies, and my first role is to place that into a league table. Everyone likes a bit of competition, but the most important thing for me is that's really diagnostic. It tells me exactly where some troubleshooting needs to occur, where some problems need to be solved, but also where some absolute celebration needs to happen.
When it comes to federation level, we get an email every month from Charlotte, and she tells us who is our champion out of all the academies, who's made the best progress, and that's when we get to see where we are edging up and down that league table.
We'll be able to see whereabouts we are in the federation, whether that be the top 3 or anything after the top 3 is not acceptable, in my opinion. We would then be able to work with other principals and other academies so that we can actually see where the best practice is, look at what they're doing that's really special, look how they're able to move their students on, look how they're able to make exceptional progress, and try and incorporate that and embed that into our own academies. And that's exciting.
Every Monday, I open up Bedrock and I have a little look at the different reports that are on offer. So one of the first ones I look at is student engagement, so I can see exactly who has been engaging and who hasn't, and also the progress report, so I can see who's making best progress. Using those 2 reports, I create my Bedrock champions for the week. And every week we have 6 students who we celebrate. They get a little treat on Hot Chocolate Friday. The next report is we have a look at which students are completing the 2 lessons of Bedrock each week. From there, we create an Academy Champions League, so we can see how each class is doing, and that gets published to all of the people in the English department, so people know if they need to pull their socks up or whether or not they need to celebrate their students.
The benefit of the reporting system is that it's every month, and so you can see the movement at any given time. If a school has dropped off, if a school's actually really accelerating. With other subject areas, you may not have a really holistic view until halfway through the year and then at the end of the year. And there isn't the opportunity to immediately impact on that. It's a slower burner, if you like, whereas vocabulary is incremental and it can grow on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So by having those reports as frequently as we do, we can see instantly how well the students are engaging.
We're very lucky working with Bedrock, and some of the data that they provide is really, really useful. I'm able to split not just who's logged on, I'm able to split it between those that have logged on and just done a really small amount and scored between 1 and 9 points. But I'm also able to see those that have scored up to 20 points, which is our threshold, and we say that every student across the Federation should have achieved 20 points across a week. So I'm able to see who is consistently doing that.
The reporting is really important because it gives us an opportunity as a senior team and as me as the head teacher to analyse the data, see how we're closing the gaps, see when improvement is needed, and to use that as a benchmark against every student for the next 3 to 4 years.
All 32 of our secondary academies are now fully fledged, signed up members of the Bedrock crew. And this is because we have been able to demonstrate excellence in other places. It does mean that could be quite unwieldy at times, because that means there's a huge amount of data. So what we do is at a school level, they have the class by class and student by student profile and the diagnostic testing from that, which is really helpful so they can see engagement levels. And then that goes through to principal level, assistant director level, and then I receive that as well at the top, so I can see and I can chase down schools via the assistant directors as to who may not be engaging as well as before.
As a literacy lead overseeing 32 secondary schools, it's a massive challenge. Bedrock Learning certainly gives me the insight and the possibility of penetrating the literacy vision within each of those schools.
What's kept it running is the fact that we do from the assistant directors, performance management is associated with it, the priority of the entire federation is associated with it, so we're not going to let go. We're going to keep on monitoring and making sure that our young people are working really well with it.
I wish that Bedrock Learning was around when I was at school. I wish that it was a facility that we could have had many years ago to enhance students' lives, because it has made such a huge difference to the students here at Harris Academy Peckham, and I'm delighted that we're using the software.